So, good morning, everyone. Markets were not exactly in a cheerful mood yesterday. Hey everyone, it's Tuesday morning, December 9th, and welcome back to Capital Markets Quickie. I'm your host, Endrit Sella, here to break down yesterday's market action in just 2 minutes. Quick note before we dive in. Today's episode is brought to you by AMF Capital Asset Management Frankfurt. Learn more about our funds and strategies at amf-capital.de. Alright, let's get started. Yesterday, U.S. equities slipped a bit as investors waited for the big moment, the Federal Reserve's final policy decision of the year. The Dow Jones fell about 0.5%, the Standard & Poor's 500 dropped around 0.4%, and the Nasdaq slipped just 0.1. Not dramatic, but definitely a soft start considering the green finish we saw last Friday. What is everyone nervous about? Well, the market is still betting heavily on a rate cut. Expectations have now jumped to 88% for a reduction in the Fed's announcement tomorrow, compared with 67% only a month earlier. That is a major shift in confidence. And that confidence really comes from September's quiet inflation reading on consumer spending. It reinforced the view that inflation is cooling and risk appetite stayed pretty strong, even helping push the major indices into back-to-back weekly gains. Still, policymakers are not totally aligned. Some members want to focus on inflation risks, others on the labor market, and a few warn that inflation might not be fully controlled yet. But support from key officials for a third rate cut this year has pretty much locked in market expectations. Outlooks for 2026, though, remain much less certain. Now, to corporate movers. Nvidia shares climbed after reports surfaced that the administration is ready to approve sales of its latest high-power H200 chips to China. That is a potential game-changer in the semiconductor space. Meanwhile, the real drama came from the media world. Warner Bros. Discovery shares surged after Paramount launched a $108 billion hostile offer. That completely disrupted Netflix's ongoing acquisition plans, and Netflix took the hit, falling more than 3% yesterday. We'll be keeping a close eye on that. This might not be the last time we hear about this deal. Alright, that wraps up today's Capital Markets Quickie. Join me again tomorrow morning for more market updates. See you then.